Claude Live artifacts are dashboards you build once, connect to your data, and then every time you open them, you can refresh them and they will show up-to-date live information. You can build project dashboards, Gantt charts, progress reports, cost reports, basically anything you want, and then you can download and export them. Currently, you can't actually share the live dashboard through your teams or as a native file, but I suspect that as Claude continues to update and make things better, this will almost certainly change. So in this video, I'm going to show you 6 genuinely useful live artifacts for construction companies that you can set up in literally minutes. So just quickly, what actually is a live artifact? So a live artifact is a dashboard that you build within Claude Cowork that repulls fresh data from your connectors every time you open it. You build it once, you make sure that you have your Claude connectors set up, then every time you want to use it or want to check something, it will update with fresh data. And unfortunately, now you can only download these as PDFs, but I suspect when Claude updates them so you can share as an actual dashboard file or like a URL link or something like that. Basically, to me, this completely makes tools like Microsoft Power BI redundant. Now, the key thing to note here is these dashboards are only as good as the data you give them, and the data you're using to build your dashboard and to refresh needs to live in places that Claude can access. So again, I've spoken about this a lot in different videos, but it's why having access or having your data in places that Claude can access and easily read and write to is so absolutely essential for getting the most out of it. Like, I can build a fancy dashboard of a Gantt chart that shows progress and can say what tasks are behind or ahead of schedule in an easy visualization. But if it doesn't have anywhere it can actually pull the source data and, for example, know what percentage complete my bulk earthworks is at, this visualization doesn't really mean anything. So for the purpose of demonstrating this video, the source data I have actually lives in Notion, where I have sort of progress trackers and project tracking again. This is just an example, but the point of this video isn't to talk about Notion. The point is that anywhere that you could have where you can set up a Claude connector to access this data. For example, there's a Google Drive one, there's a Microsoft 365 one, you could use Airtable, there's tons of different tools you could use, but basically if you set up to link your data to Claude, then you can basically set these to automatically update. Now, sometimes you might have to get a little bit creative with workarounds. For example, if you want to get a cost report and you want to link it to your accounting data, you'll need to use some bridging tool like Zapier to pull your data from QuickBooks, because, for example, QuickBooks doesn't have a native Claude connector. And if you want to check what you can actually connect to Claude, you can simply go to the Customize tab, go Connectors, and search for your different apps or your software. I know Smartsheet has one. I know a lot of construction companies use that. I have been using Notion tons for my business, but really, the actual connector doesn't matter. Just the point is that Claude has access to the data. Okay, so for each of these different artifacts, I'm going to go through what it does, what data it needs, give you a quick demonstration of it, and talk about a few of the limitations. Again, this is really to show you use cases. The way I've set up these dashboards won't explicitly match exactly what you want. The purpose is that you understand your data, your structure, and you give guidance to Claude on exactly what you want to show and what you want to get out of the dashboard. Okay, number one is Gantt charts. You can make really good Gantt charts. I wouldn't say this is particularly useful in the pre-construction phase when you're actually building the Gantt chart, but as an auto-updating progress tracker, I think they are incredibly good. So what this dashboard is doing is I've set up a project budget and basically some earn value management tool where I have all of my different cost codes that track percentage complete. So for each task, I know what percentage complete the task is. That aligns with the task in my schedule. Then Claude is pulling that data and it's giving me an up-to-date picture of the project against my task, what percentage each task is complete. And I've got a drop line on today's date. So I can clearly see that some tasks are ahead of schedule. For example, the overall earthworks and civil is 55% complete when it should probably be more like 40%, but I can see some tasks are behind as well. So for example, this subcontractor procurement for structural steel is still not complete, but it was meant to be done back in April. So again, I don't think this is particularly useful unless you're trying to build a very simple schedule. If you're trying to build any sort of complicated construction schedule, you're better off just using an actual scheduling software. But in terms of actually setting it up to update throughout the project duration or to create quick summary reports to send to your client, I think this is an incredibly useful tool. It's also not going to be great at capturing schedule logic and showing dependencies well between tasks. Again, this is like a good example because it's not a massive project, it's relatively simple, but this is a much easier visualization and report to see than some 2000 line P6 schedule that you send your client. You could even link this to your actual P6 schedule and use this as simply some sort of project summary or program update that you use to actually communicate progress, then relying on the massive project schedule. Now, the beauty with these dashboards is if you want to change anything, you literally just click edit and you can adjust and change things. Also, I should have said at the start, to set up a live dashboard, you literally just tell Claude, I want to build a live dashboard that does XYZ. It is so simple to do. And these dashboards almost had no prompting other than I sort of had, like I had a pretty strong idea of what I wanted to build. So for example, with the Gantt chart, I knew I wanted to have this today line because I know that's the easiest way to visualize whether projects are ahead or behind schedule. So I find natively, like if you understand roughly what you want to do, you have a good idea of what the key features are, Claude will do a really good job. If you just get Claude to do a first cut, then often it will miss key things. But saying that, it still is impressive at how it does it. Now, the next one I want to demonstrate is some sort of project dashboard. So this is just a simple dashboard that visualizes project performance. You have your cost performance, you have your program status, you have your variations, what are approved, what are pending, your RFI status, and some input information behind it that people can look at in more detail. Again, project dashboards like this are a great way to communicate progress to stakeholders, and you can see the actual key issues on the project very quickly without having to dive into the detail. The reason a lot of companies don't do them is because they're annoying to actually set up. They often take quite a lot of work in Power BI or connecting to your data. I think this is a great use case of dashboards because if people did have more time and resources, they would set them up for their projects, but realistically, they probably don't have the actual bandwidth to set them up properly. So you can very easily set them up in Claude. Again, just need to have access to the correct data to do it. So again, for all this data for me is living in Notion, where I have my project budget, I have my correspondence tracker, I have all my expenses, I have my RFI register and queries I've sent to the client, and I have my variations register. Again, doesn't have to be Notion. This is just where the source of this data is. Just quickly, if you do want help building some of this stuff, or you do want a lot of these pre-built workflows and templates, we have a community called Contractor OS with over 30 and growing pre-built templates like this project dashboard template that you can just download and run in your own instance of Claude, Gemini, Cowork, whatever you want. And we also have unlimited one-on-one tech support so we can actually work through some of these problems with you. So if you want to get access to these actual dashboards and the workflows behind them, and you want some help actually implementing them in your business, then check out the link in the video description. Okay, the next dashboard is sort of a zoomed in on this detail, which is a more detailed project cost report where you're linking, again, your project progress and what percentage complete different tasks are to the underlying cost data in something like QuickBooks. Again, because QuickBooks doesn't natively integrate to Claude, you'll have to look at some workaround solution like Zapier. But this is basically looking at your underlying cost data. So if you set up your project budgets correctly and you're tracking percentage complete of different tasks against these cost codes, then all Claude is doing is aggregating this data and looking at what your actual budget and committed spends and your actual expenditures are against different packages, and helping you accurately forecast out your margin and your final cost to complete. Again, the power of doing this stuff is it gives you a leading indicator as to where your project is potentially going to go over budget. Because you're much better off finding out that you're going to lose money at 20% of the way through the contract than 90% of the way through the contract, because you have the power to change the outcome of the project. That is the whole purpose behind cost tracking. Okay, the next dashboard that I think is really useful, and this would be project by project based. Again, I should actually bring up another point. If you're doing project-based dashboards, you can build a skill that actually creates this dashboard. So for example, this one I have linked to my estimating spreadsheet, and I create a cost summary of the project. So for example, if I want management to review my estimate, I create an estimate dashboard that has the project background. It has the scope and stages. It has the client documentation and our proposal for how we're preparing the estimate. And then it goes through and prepares a cost breakdown and how we have calculated our price. Again, great dashboard for going through with management before you submit a bid, because you can clearly see the breakdown of the cost, our sell price, what our anticipated margin is, and some benchmark rates. And then I've broken it down into the overall cost and a breakdown of how this cost is built up, the major material packages and how many quotes we receive for each of them, and the variance between the quotes. I've got a build-up of the labor and the productivity rates I use to calculate this, and a breakdown of the total labor by trade. So for example, you can see the biggest number of man hours sits in the structural steel erection, which when someone reviewing the estimate knows that is going to be the important variable to do. We've got a breakdown of our plant and equipment costs, our preliminaries and overhead costs, and our key assumptions, and what our margin is most sensitive to. Again, if you're going to do a dashboard like this for every single one of your estimates, then, and again, you should build this into some sort of Claude skill that actually creates this dashboard. So you're not re-prompting it every time to do it. But then the reason this is actually useful to have as a live dashboard is you can imagine when you prepare an estimate, you probably go through and prepare 10 revisions. So you link it to the actual underlying spreadsheet in something like SharePoint, and then it pulls the data and keeps this cost report up to date. So every time someone wants to review the estimate, this is the live dashboard they can go to. But again, a lot of this and how good this is will be how good you build the workflow for actually creating the dashboard, because you really want to pick up the key variables and to generate these cost reports so it actually shows like genuinely useful information that someone wants to look at. So for example, what I like to see when I look at the estimate, like benchmark rates, where the biggest number of man hours are, because I have an 80-20 approach to reviewing estimates. You want to spend all your time reviewing the 20% of the work that drives 80% of the cost. The final one is to set up some sort of task board. So say for example, you have a weekly meeting or to catch up with your team to go through what are the key tasks to go through on the project. You simply turn this into a dashboard. So every week when you're going through what tasks got done last week, you can look at some sort of task board like this, and you can see what are the key issues and challenges facing the project. Again, something like this, you'd want to make much more custom to your exact way of doing things. But I think these sorts of dashboards are a great productivity tool, because something where historically turning this into some dashboard where you can see key issues probably took a lot of messing around and isn't easy to do in Excel, but with a Claude Live dashboard is very easy to set up. So again, these are just some ideas for different use cases. You can completely customize them to however you want, but they all follow the same pattern. All 6 artifacts have some sort of data connector or some data layer that lives in a tool that Claude can access. The live artifacts just reads and refreshes this every time, but it sets it up in a way where it's very easy to visualize the key information. The easiest one to start with is probably this project dashboard, because it's such a powerful thing to do. And we have the pre-built workflow of how to set this up within our Contractor OS community.